year member of Executive 408 Toastmasters in Youngstown. He is an Advanced Communicative Gold and an Advanced Leader Silver, and he is in his marathon run towards DTM. Currently, he is Vice President of Public Relations for his club, and additionally, he is Area 13 Governor. Art writes a few blogs on subjects such as filmmaking, customer service, and even one that has a Toastmasters theme called What I Have Learned This Week in Toastmasters. Art has a video background, working many years as a former video journalist for WFMJ-TV, which is a local television station in Youngstown. He received a 2002 First Place Award from the Ohio Associated Press for the Best Investigative Reporting for his television news story called Missing Money. As a filmmaker, Art has had several short films shown in festivals in Los Angeles and Cleveland, and his short film, The Ballet Audition, has had over 2 million views on YouTube. With the combination of local news and filmmaking, Art has brought those experiences to his Toastmasters Club by videotaping speeches and conducting interviews with its members. He then uploads and posts videos on social media such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Video branding has become an important part of Executive 408's marketing and promotional plan to attract possible members and showcase its current members. Today, Art would like to show you how your club can benefit from video branding and how you can very easily edit a video for your club and upload it to the internet in less than 15 minutes. You need to know how to do that. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guest, Art Byrd.
Not, can you hear me? All right, I'll go from there. I want to thank, I'm so honored to be here. Usually I'm sitting out there, and I'm so glad to be here, and I want to thank the Spring Conference Committee, especially Mrs. Smith, Mr. Wiley, and everyone else for having me here. And especially one other person. I'm trying to look around if she's here, Kim Karachi. She is one of the nicest ladies, and one of the things she did, she has a great podcast. Many of you know it, On the Table. If you haven't listened to it, you should really listen to it. She had me as a guest on the show, talking about being an area governor and some of the prison clubs. And then she asked me a question, what else does your group do? What else does your club do? And I was telling her some things that we did video-wise. And so she says, that would be a great topic for the spring conference. Why don't you speak about that? And I thought about it because I really never knew what to really call it, what we were doing. And she said, you know what? That is video branding. Okay, video branding. So it is video branding that I'm here to talk to you about. In a quick serve society, video has now gone to the masses. Everyone has like a target audience. And here at Toastmasters, we have a target audience, a niche audience that wants to better communicate. Many of you feel that way. That's why you're here, Toastmasters. That's the way that people feel. And as the public relations director, vice president, what my job is to increase the awareness of Toastmasters in our community. And we've done that. And sometimes we get on the front page, and sometimes we always get a headline. So that is my job, to kind of make sure that those things, and we know about those. Now, as a regular member, before I became an officer, I used to take my camera, and I used to go around our meeting and just take pictures, and just post those, or have them ready if we needed them for any press or anything. And I remember one evening, I was sitting with 2 beautiful women, Kathy and Lori, who were Toastmasters, and I happened to sit down, and these 2 beautiful women just stared at me, just looked at me, and I just brought my man instinct kicked in. And I went like this. And that's what we're trying to do, of capture a moment. And after taking the picture, I thought, maybe I could step that up a little bit. So what I did was I used my background in television news and doing a little filmmaking. And I brought my flip camera. And I started to take pictures of video of some of the speeches. Now, we had done that before. Now, Executive 408, we try a lot of different things, see how it works. Some things work, some don't. But we had a video camera that was way in the back. If you can picture me here and the camera way in the back. And the audio didn't sound right, and plus we were trying to archive that. So it was not working out too well. So I tried to change that a little bit, and we started to interview and take some pictures of some of the people who were doing speeches. And I wanted to interview them why they were doing their speeches, because I don't think anybody ever asked. We always, as Toastmasters, someone does a speech, but do any of you ever ask, why did you do that speech after the meeting or anything? So I thought people wanted to kind of hear that. And so what I did was, after taking the pictures, I started to see that we needed to do more. And so we had more people doing speeches, and I thought that would be such a great idea. And then also shooting videos not only for special occasions, like an open house, or if we had a contest. So the question I'm asking you, are you using video for your meetings? How many of you are video? Okay, one, that's a couple. Very, very good. Are you capturing moments? That is the thing, because if you've ever been at a Toastmasters meeting, has anyone said a speech that emotionally gripped you, had you tugging at the heart, shedding a tear, wanting to fall in love with someone, maybe not wanting to smack somebody, but just got the feeling, got you emotional? Was it captured? If you wanted to see it again, could you see it again? That is what we always do. And one of the things that we try to do, we really try to take care of our newer members, and especially when they're doing an icebreaker or something. I want to give you an example of what we do, the interview, and also doing a little bit of the speech. This is our newest member, Anton, and I'll let you, if you can hear. He's French.
Do you feel like much more comfortable just being a Toastmaster now that you have that title of not guest anymore, but Toastmaster?
Yes, exactly. I think the confidence is building little by little, and just by doing this first speech, I feel better. So I think every single step in the process of going every week, it's like the practice, that's going to help to build this confidence and feel more comfortable.
And as you can see, of course he's French. I would like to have that French accent on his head. But one of the things that he enjoys Toastmasters is he has the heavy French accent and he wants to communicate a little bit more. And so he's now done his icebreaker and he's looking forward to doing more speeches. And something like this of interviewing, it not only gives him a chance to speak, but it also gives people who are going to our YouTube channel a chance to see someone and what they're going through, and then maybe, hey, maybe I can do that too. It's always kind of interesting, not only for being a Toastmaster, but when you get those speeches that move you. How many of you, I'm sure a lot of you have seen TED Talks, and not only does it go to your soul, but it also inspires you. And so that's one of the things that we want to do. And on a note here, one of the reasons why I want to preserve speeches, this gentleman right here is Alan Dealey. He was a Toastmaster for over 40 years in our club. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. The sad thing about that is there are no early videos or sound of his speeches. And in the later years, we started doing video, and we've got a little bit of him. But that is something that we really wanted to kind of change, and that's one of the casualties of not doing video branding sooner. Now, as an area governor, I've gone around to several clubs, and when I've gone to clubs, I've hardly ever seen a video camera set up or a smartphone. And that is one of the things, maybe, and another thing that I do see, I want to keep this in mind if you're thinking about branding, whether it be video. The pictures that I usually see are usually group pictures. I hardly ever see any crowd pictures of how many. Because if you're looking, you're kind of thinking, there's only 4 people at this meeting. And it could have been at least 20. So you want to keep those things in mind. So we wanted to change it a little bit at 408. So we started taking pictures of not only the speakers, but also our crowd, especially during an open house and doing those kind of things. Now, we started doing a little bit of social media about 2012. We went on things like Facebook, and then we went on Twitter, and then on getting a YouTube channel. That was very important for us to do, because it not only showcased, again, to be able to show people who we are, what we are. Because when people walk in, remember the first time you've ever walked into a Toastmasters meeting, if you didn't know anyone, awkward, not sure if you fit. But with these videos, you get a chance to see someone, you get to know them before you get there. So that's one of the things that we really, really try to do. Another thing that we try to do is, if someone of our newer members, we try to show them progressing. We try to show them of their first video, maybe doing their icebreaker, doing another speech, doing another one. Because they get a chance to see themselves progressing. A lot of times with Toastmasters, we lose people because they don't believe they've progressed. They think they're at the same level, but they're not. This is a way that we do it to make sure that they are doing okay. And another thing that we started to do, we started to share our videos on Facebook. And we also started to share it with other places, like District 10, the Toastmasters here. So we do your networking. If you know another group, you can send videos to them. They'll show their members. And it's kind of like a community link, just to make sure that we're all together. We're all Toastmasters, right? Yeah, we're all Toastmasters? Yes, we are. And so that's got to be known, because lots of people, how many in your community, you don't have to say anything, know what Toastmasters is? And when you're trying to explain Toastmasters, take you 1 minute to explain about Toastmasters, we speak. No. You have to go, it's leadership, it's this, it's that, it's contest, it's open house, it's camaraderie. It's all these things that you can pretty much do. Now, another part of my job as a VP of Public Relations is research. I know maybe some of the other people don't do it, but I like to do research. And one of the research things that I found out was newsletters. Now, I know District 10 has a great newsletter, but other districts, how many of you read, you don't put your hands up like that, do you read the whole newsletter? Or parts of it, parts that sort of connect to you? How about the magazine, the Toastmaster magazine? Someone gave me a grade, one of my mentors, Roy Thomas, if you know him, he said, read the Toastmaster magazine from cover to cover. I try to do that, of course not in one city, but I try to do that, and it's actually helped a lot. But the one thing with research that it shows is that it shows that our retention favors video. Reason being because